shared for weeks, months, even years. And today, I have the boldness to actually bring this and talk about it. So once again, very simple question. Please, do you think our society is offering enough support for the single fathers? Let's have a conversation.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 08090306416, 08090306416. Once again, please, ladies and gentlemen, it's about the mental health of men. Men. We're not talking about women. We have and we will continue to talk about women. But for today, please, the focus, the emphasis here is on a single father. Muriel is on the line from Okrika. Muriel, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Now, imagine this scenario. Let's say a student, a boy, and a girl meet. And the girl, we impregnated the girl and the girl gives birth. Look, you see that single parenthood favors the boy or men more than the girl, the women. That's how I see it. You see that, just look at, picture this scenario. Even if the girl abandons the child, from the beginning, they even want the girl, for the girl to say she wants to leave the child, her parents, and further education. It's almost a 50-50 chance. The parents might even want her to stay and take care of her child. Okay, be going and come and take care of this child. But for the boy, he can totally leave the child, even if the girl abandons the baby for him, with his parents and move and even travel.
Mira, once again, the focus is on the single father. The genesis is well documented, but now we are single fathers. You don't see a lot of them, but I'm saying, do you have support for them? Does our society support them?
They support them more, Jude. Even their sisters can take care of the children for them. Even when they decide to want to do it, you see people go and drop their sister as long as their sisters or their mothers are alive. If the guys don't want to give them the child, they will even offer to take the children for them so that they go continue their life. But even if the men insist that they want to take it, you see that everybody is good. They could go and drop. They have this. Let them come and send a dog for the woman. They just totally allow you to take care of your children. Even when you say, hold them for they carry across. Most of the time, this society is always single fathers more than single. They are always very comfortable than the single mothers. As long as they have sisters or their mother is there. So it's not like that. It's not always like that for the women.
Okay, Miriam, thank you very much. Interesting message coming through. One from Anonymous, and this one here is from a man that says, my name is X. All right, this one says, X says, Jude, good morning. Please listen and listen very carefully. While society may be very, very kind to the single men, the support in this place is not as much as single women. We'll return.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info. We'll be
give this disclaimer, and also, if I can, a bit of a caveat emptor. See, I am not saying that women are not important. Jude is not saying that women or single mothers in particular, right, are better taken care of or they are worse off. No. I'm only reading stats before me, and I'm only sharing stories of single fathers that have come through to me in the past, I'd say about 4 or 5 years. I've not had the boldness to speak about this. And in fact, I had to take permission from one of them to share his story, which I'm going to do very shortly. Okay? Now, the focus is on the support that single fathers have in this country. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they're castigated. I'm not saying that they are marginalized as much as we often see the females who get impregnated by some of these men, and get left to the whims and caprices of whatever fate befalls them by society. That's not what I'm saying. However, the focus of this conversation is and should remain the men who have taken it upon themselves to be fathers, to be present fathers, to be responsible fathers. Are we as a people giving and offering them the support that they need and they deserve? Now, a very good friend of mine years ago got his girlfriend pregnant. And by the time we heard when we were in school, well, a lot of us were shouting, "Hey, I did do them. What kind of, trial, use protection. If I run, waiting be this. I did no say now lay him. Say girls, they don't get finish, they don't get finish." My friend now, they have 3 children right now, right? No, sorry, 4 children right now. And it was one of the most difficult things I've ever gotten to see a male go through in this country. Because he and I will go together. We will share our money. I didn't have a girlfriend that time. So the pocket money that will be in my back, in my pants, I'll bring it out. About how far? What do you need? And we'll go, then we used to buy, what they call those things, Pampers. Then they used to sell the Pampers back then for 250 naira. So we didn't have money to buy a whole roll. We'll buy about 5 or 10. And we're doing this every day and a half whenever I could spare the money. So if I would go and do some work for my father or my uncle, they send me an errand, and I have 1,000 naira extra, I would give 250 naira. I will never forget this to my friend so that he could buy diapers. So this is what we did. And I saw the first 4 years of this girl's life, how drained my friend was. He was drained physically and emotionally. The same thing for his now wife. They were both drained because we were very young. Like I said, I have not had the boldness to speak about this up until recently, and it's with permission I'm speaking about this. But during that time, ladies and gentlemen, this friend of mine was mocked. He was laughed at. At one point in time, I could tell when I left Port Harcourt and I met him up, he was depressed because he was always near a bottle of something. And then for a few years, he hid from a lot of people that he had a daughter. He hid it because he was looking for a job. But now everybody say, wonderful father, wonderful father. But when he was going through the mock, a lot of people didn't pay attention. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, when you call him, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see or hear, make no mention of it. And very importantly, please keep your conversations civil. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. At Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. The WhatsApp and Telegram number is available with the number 0809-030-6416. That's the WhatsApp line, please. 0809-030-6416.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, so I quickly go to WhatsApp and a lot of messages, and I'll come back to the phone lines very shortly. This one here says it is false to posit that single fathers do not have support. The only reason children of single fathers do well is because single fathers normally have a huge support system, from their mothers to their sisters to nannies to girlfriends. Hoping to be promoted to wife, single fathers, including in Nigeria, actually have huge and strong support systems even when the single father is not physically present 24/7. Society also looks at them differently from a single mother. Nigerian society believes a single mother was morally loose and her status is a natural consequence or punishment. But think a single father is basically to be worshipped because he stepped up and didn't abandon his own child. I can understand that narrative. Okay, so because this man didn't abandon his child, so we should worship him. No, we shouldn't. He did what he was meant to do. End of. I get it. But when you find those people, those men who decide to do what they're meant to do, is a support system there? Now, in this case, right, having mothers and sisters who would help to support and nannies, this sounds like a scenario that could play out if the person is well-to-do. 250 naira is what we were hustling to get years ago. 250, I can never forget it. For some people, the families would literally turn their backs. I have my own problems, I have my own problems. Now you go born Peking. You go take her, you be man. Now man you be. What did we not do? 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. Sandy says the real concern here is not whether a child is raised by a single mother or a single father, but rather the challenges that can arise when raising male children. Male children may sometimes test boundaries more with their mothers. Whereas daughters are often more manageable for either parent. Now, mothers may unintentionally overindulge their sons, while fathers may enforce stricter discipline. It is important to consider these dynamics carefully before concluding that single fathers are inherently better at raising children. It's better to ask which parent is better at raising a male child. Sandy's asking. Once again, Sandy, I understand that viewpoint, but I am not the one posting, right? I'm not the one stating. I'm reading from studies, not a 5-year. I'm talking about studies that have gone back all the way to 1996. That's once again, and I will have to say this again. Once again, I don't have enough information about what is happening in Nigeria, but I'm making a reference point basically. Zion is on the line from Jerry. Zion, good morning to you.
More than 8 minutes I've been on the queue. 8 minutes for a discourse. Let us look at it from that side. That being a single father is the worst that can happen to any man. And they are one of the problems that are causing this nuisance in the society. If a father or a guy who pregnated a girl stand behind that girl, both of them will put heads together to raise that child. I am not in any way encouraging that guys should go on and pregnate girls. To me, I only look at it that it's a girl that does not have a father and that is so desperate that will be pregnant for a man that is not yet married to her or no prospect of marriage. Look at the testament you gave about that your friend. That your 250 naira is a support he got from you. Go and ask him very well. If not you that love him so dearly, how many people were committed to him like this? For the single mothers, it's a little bit easier for them. Some of them will go and sleep with another man to take care of the child that was abandoned by this other man. The boy is the father of the man. If you don't train your male child to be responsible, it's a disaster for the future.
Okay, so Zion, answer this question. Do you think our society right now is supportive of single fathers?
We are not.
Really?
The society abandons single fathers.
The same single fathers that are getting their mothers to help babysit some of them and give them to their grandmothers.
How many of them? How many of them? All the single mothers now, please call in if the guy that impregnated you, his mother is supporting you. I want to hear a situation that they won't call on radio. We don't know his father, we don't know his mother. Even the ones we know, we call them, they are not responding. I want you to edit. That is why every day when I say most of the words I speak, sir, they are not my words. These are words that were given to me to tell our people. As a man, if you know you are not ready to father a child, don't go date any girl.
Okay.
And as a girl, if you know you are not ready, you know you don't have the resources, don't go say you are looking for a boyfriend. Don't go look for a boyfriend that will be buying you phones, giving you money because you don't have who give you money at home. You people are causing nuisance.
All right, Zion, thank you very much. JJ and Chineye on the line. JJ, let's start with you. Chineye on FOS. Good morning to you.
Jude, good morning.
Good morning.
The question you asked my friend, Mr. Zion, I think the single fathers have more support than the single mothers.
Okay, sure.
Now, why did I say this? Jude, you'll be on your own. People will be talking, this man, I think they cope with these children now. So we even walk up to you. You are working, right? That when your children come from school, tell them that they come play with my children. You understand me? Make them stay in my house so that when you come back, they go come. How many of those people will offer such a gesture to the single mother?
To a single mother.
All you will hear, when you don't waka finish, now, how far? Now, me won't come carry a problem come me. This is society. You will even see some girls, fine, beautiful things. They will come out. Oga, I just make a check on you now. Whether you don't cook, make I help you cook. They volunteer a lot of things to the men. But go try women. The same women that are coming to volunteer to Jude, to GHG now, they not see that their sister will there for their backyard. So what I'm telling you in essence is, even your staff, your people, just leave this chicken to stay with us. You don't need to bother yourself. You need all better things. Some go even come offer themselves, say, let me just be staying with you. How many women want to get that one? The world is so cruel to single women. No? I'm not the year we did when some of them go marry grandmother for Europe. Meanwhile, one girl will just mistakenly born one day in backyard, then go say don't drop one engine. Second base.
Okay, so you feel you think men, single fathers are having a good amount of support here in Nigeria?
They have all the support in this world, all.
Okay. Chineye is on the line from Air Force. Chineye, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Chineye.
So, based on the topic at hand that you people are discussing on the radio, you know that most of the time, the society, I know you are talking about single fathers.
Yes, in particular. Yes.
The society is not so, fair on single mothers like the way it is.
Yes. Once again, I know that, but let's stick to the narrative of the single fathers, please. I don't want to severe.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is this. The reason why most of the times it's easier for single fathers to raise their children, the ones that are accepted and took responsibility, it's because they have a lot of how do I put it? They have a lot of support.
Okay.
From relatives, sometimes female relatives, sometimes family members that they take the child to. That is, if the mother of the child doesn't want to take care of the child. That's why it seems that most of the time single fathers do better than single mothers. That's the scenario. So most of the time, these guys get girls pregnant. Some of them leave and deny the pregnancy.
True.
The ones that are accepted to take responsibility are now being praised and, kind of celebrated differently for doing what they are supposed to do. Do you get? So now, it now seems like as if they
have done something extraordinary.
Are you being responsible for doing your responsibility? It is your responsibility. You're supposed to take care of the child that you birthed. Somebody else.
Fair enough, Chinye.
Yeah.
But so okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you. That if it's your posit that in Nigeria in particular that the single fathers are actually getting a lot of support in raising their children.
I think so, although not all of them, because most of the ones that go on to hire nannies to take care of their child are the ones that are well-to-do. Then, when the guy is not well-to-do, they will have to, their mothers, their female relatives, some family members will go on to take care of the child.
That happens a lot.
Fair. But when a girl, gets pregnant out of wedlock, it's very difficult, especially before now. It's very difficult for the family to accept that child because they see the girl as a very irresponsible child. Yeah. To the family.
Well, Chinye, thank you very much. It must have been a very difficult trial to get us on the line, but we are very appreciative of your call. Please do call back. Thank you once again, please. All right, so now that we've listened to the phones, let's get to the WhatsApp messages. All right, 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Sandy replies me and says, your reference suggests that male children raised by single mothers are more likely to experiment with drugs. No, Sandy, the report wasn't male children. It was children. Basically, children. They are more likely to get into vices. They are more likely to have pregnancies, teen pregnancies. How many of you have seen that television show? Is it on MTV? Yeah. It was very popular back in those days. Teen moms. Guess what? They did a catch-up recently. A good number of those teen moms, right, who had children when they were teens, their daughters now have children. Those who had children at 15, 16, right? So now they are 32, they are 40. Their children who are teenagers now are now pregnant. The same thing that happened to them has now happened to their own children. Once again, it is stats. Sam on the line from GRE. Sam, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Jude. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Mr. Sam. I want to contribute. You see, regarding the question you asked one guy the other, you were asking if the guys have more support than the ladies. I'm talking about single fathers.
Single fathers, yeah.
You see, the problem we have in this part of the world is this holier than thou problem. Now, to go straight to the topic, to answer your question, men have more support.
Okay.
But this support they have is not because the society wants to offer them support. No. The support is based purely on holier than thou attitude. Now, first of all, when you ask yourself, how do people become either single fathers or single mothers? Whenever you see a single mother, the first thing that comes into a person's mind is, okay, probably the person gave birth out of wedlock.
Out of wedlock, yeah, which is not true.
Probably was not morally okay. That's why it happened. Some single mothers are actually widows.
Exactly.
So if a widow, someone who is a widow can also be said to be a single mother. If your husband is not there, so you're a single mother. But let's look at the guy's side. Every single father you see there, the first thing that comes into somebody's mind is, first of all, how did he become a single father? Is he a widower? If he's a widower, automatically he receives every attention. In fact, the attention will come from everywhere, even those who want to come and replace the wife. Then the second option, the other one people will now consider is, okay, if he's not a widower, how did he end up as a single father? Because he did not give birth from his heart. Now, the thing will now be transferred to the lady. It will now be assumed, oh, so A lady actually gave birth and abandoned her child for you. So this is the way the society will view it. A lady gave birth. Oh, the lady is the wicked one.
It's the wicked one.
Nobody is going to find out the circumstances that led to the lady not being there. But the society expects that whether, as long as there's a relationship between a man and a woman is involved and a child is involved, the child automatically should be taken care of by the lady. Now, if the lady will have that evil heart, according to the society, to abandon the child, it means that the man needs all the support and sympathy, not the lady. So you see where the people are. The mother was very wicked mother. She left one child or two, or who is the mother. So this is where the sympathy comes. Now the society automatically label women as immoral because they are single mothers. So if they are single mothers and they are not widows, they must have done this because of their immoral behavior.
Yeah.
But for the guy, it's not because of his immoral behavior that he gave somebody prayer. In fact, he's very righteous. In fact, he tries to be a father, and the lady he wants to be he wants to make the child with has abandoned the child. So the society will now take sympathy on him. This is where the issue is. So the issue is not even about is a single father or someone is a single mother. It's what is the circumstances that led to the person being either a single father or a single mother. And like I said, for men, just two reasons. It's either the person is a widower or a lady who gave birth to that child abandoned the child. Period. But for a lady, two things are involved. It's either the person is a widower, and if the person is a widower, it becomes complicated a bit. Then, but if the person is not a widower, people are going to ask, how did you give birth?
Okay. Sam, thank you very much. Fascinating conversation this morning. Jude, why is everyone taking this conversation from the angle of the man that impregnated the girl? Why is no one talking about the men that lost their wives, maybe to death or divorces? It's like every single father is a man that impregnated a girl. But yes, that's what Sam just made mention of this morning before I read that message. Yes, there's a very interesting number of single fathers who are single fathers because they lost their wives, either during childbirth or through some accident and whatnot. They are there. Good morning. Single fathers have more support than single mothers. People celebrate them for staying as if it's not what they're supposed to do. Single fathers get support for free. For the average single mother to get support, it doesn't come free. Most men will request for sex in order to help them and their fellow women discriminate against them. Now, children raised by single dads are likely to do better mentally and emotionally. All right, that's the message. No name with that to that message. Good morning, Jude. My neighbor's brother pregnanted their house girl. Wow. Who is the main strength of the house? As the madam of the house, second name. All right, the guy ran away from the house back to their village. At birth, the small girl could not push out the baby and she was operated on safely. That same day, she returned back to the house from the hospital. The husband and the wife called in for the mother of the guy, who came and picked up the little baby back to their village where the guy ran to. So it's now the guy that is taking care of the baby, making him a single father. Nobody's helping him out, not even the mother, because they are not in support of his act. Meanwhile, everybody is busy with their business and he's carrying his cross. Emmanuel from Port Harcourt. Yes, there's always going to be isolated cases. And Emmanuel, I'm not saying this is what happens everywhere. The question was basically what is happening in our society as regarding single fathers. So they're always going to be, left and right. Those who have support, those who haven't support. But it does seem that single fathers actually have more support in Nigeria. Really? Who would have thunk it? Anyway, so many messages there. I cannot read all of them. We have a commercial to get through this morning. I get to talk about cars very shortly on Car Corner. So stick around. A lot of conversations happening this morning. And the One Play draws definitely will be happening later on. As always, oneplay.ng or *347 *880 *6#. Good morning.